This is really cool. Right, man, look at the view that they had. Hey guys, I'm Michael Dalberti. Welcome to my channel. We are out here in Utah on the Pony Express. Pony Express went from 1860 to 1861, about a year and a half. They needed a quick way to get mail from the east to the west. So we are at the Camp Floyd Cemetery. It's about 10 miles away from the first stop on the Pony Express, which we'll visit. Camp Floyd was established a couple years before the Pony Express due to the government thinking that the Mormon church was rising in rebellion against them. So they sent a bunch of troops out here to establish Camp Floyd. Apparently this was the largest assembled troop concentration in the U.S. prior to Civil War. The camp shut down because of Civil War. A lot of history out here. Let's go, Soup. Oh, now she's driving. All right, let's go. All right, we're back on the road, heading to Rush Valley Station. All right, we're about to enter some back roads here now, boys. We're at the first stop. Let's check it out. It's right over there. All right, we're here at the Rush Valley Station. And it's quite the desert out here, I'll tell you what. Apparently Suki smells something on there. Rush Valley Station isn't really a station. I guess it was more of a dugout, just in the middle of nowhere here. Suki and I are just walking around, getting an idea of what it felt like to be out here. All right, to the next spot. All right, we're at Faust Station here. He built a horse ranch out here for the Pony Express riders, which I think is across the street over there. I guess it took about 6 months to get a message from the east coast of the US to the west. So that's why they, established the Pony Express. Said they ride 100 miles at a time, about 8 per hour with 4 changes of horses. And I think this might be the remnants of the stable that they had. I mean, it looks like it's used still, but let's get out of the road here. Horses could only, go at a full gallop for about 10 to 12 miles, which is why it was necessary to have those stations and horse corrals every, so often, 10 to 15 miles. We'll go to the next one. Pony Express National Historic Trail. Might need to get some new signs out here. What do you think? Oh, you're just sniffing all of the bird poop, huh? All right, we're going to continue down the road to the next station. See that sign up there? The sign says travel ahead is through extensive desert regions. Extra fuel, water, and equipment is recommended. It's getting real. You've just been resting the whole time, huh? We're right at the top of this pass, so we're just going down from here, and I can see down to the valley over there and behind me. Let's get a move on. Yeah, I found it. Lookout Springs. Or Lookout Station, sorry. Lookout Station. Here we are. And it looks like there's something over there. So we'll walk with Suki over there. Also a little chilly. All right, we walked down a little bit from my truck, and this is a burial plot. Graves of 2 men and a child, which were immigrants of the early 1860s. I guess this is the burial site right here, so. All right, I saw a little sign over here too. To the left, we'll go explore that. Well, the sign was majorly disappointing. Just a bunch of rules and regulations about fires and shooting, so. All right, back on the road now. Dropped out of the mountains, and now we're definitely back in the open desert here. There's wild horses out here. Right over there. I don't know if you could see them, but right there. I don't know if you can see them, but. All right, there's actually a little pull-off right here to a little spring.
Proceed to the route.
Just figured we'd check it out real quick. Look at this, middle of nowhere. I mean, it's overflowing, so I assume it's a spring. Yeah, look how far out we are. All right, let's move on. I thought it would be kind of a cool spot to stop though and check out. Simpson Spring Station. This is really cool. The spring that we saw was discovered by Captain Simpson in the U.S. Army in 1858. So just before the Pony Express. Look at this cool building here. Whoa! Right, man. Look at the view that they had. So it's really cool to see that there were wild horses out here during the time of the Pony Express. I'm sure some of the horses are descendants of Pony Express horses. So yeah, let's move on. I hate washboards. Made it to the next station, Black Rock Station. So this ran from 1858 to 1861. I mean, it's called Black Rock Station because there's this big black rock that juts out in the middle of the desert here. Man, it's still really warm. Still nice. But we're getting close to our end destination. It's actually a really cool camping spot right over here. So I might come back here after we visit the last station. Well, last station on my journey, obviously, it goes to California. So I'm definitely coming back here after I visit the last station to camp. Pretty much on the salt flats now. I mean, you can see it's salty out there, all right? Now we are entering Fish Springs National Wildlife Refuge. Man, how cool is it out here though? Just like nothing you really experience. So. Fish Springs National Wildlife Refuge. What a fantastic place we are in. Look at this. Look at this. Birds chirping. It's a wildlife refugee, so. Refugee? So we'll continue on, but I thought I'd show you the first sign of water. Look what we're seeing here. Oasis in the middle of the desert. You can just hear so many birds, a lot of bugs out here. Perfect end to the journey because we'll head back and camp. All right, Suki and I walked around there for a bit, enjoyed it. Now we're gonna head back to that camping spot that I found by that station point. Go there, get set up, make some food, enjoy the evening. Gonna walk Suki around for a bit. She's always complaining about not walking, even though I'm walking her all the time. No surprise that everything's covered in dust in the back of my truck. It's that fine dust, you know? Fine sand that'll get you. Anyway, I'm gonna set up for some food here. Over here. Not going for anything fancy here. Bacon, egg, cheese, hash brown burrito. I know I make breakfast every single time I can. Is there a problem with making bacon every single time? It's called brown sugar bacon. Oh, mamma mia. I mean, come on. You just gotta use what you have, right? What am I gonna do? Pretend like I don't have this? Cheese, potatoes, sriracha, ketchup, eggs, thick cut brown sugar bacon baby. Tortilla. I didn't bring any salt and pepper. Okay. Also, I just realized I haven't ate one thing all day. I don't mean to do that. You get busy filming and stuff, you know? I don't know what I'm doing. All right, bacon's getting there. This bacon is looking good. We're almost done with the bacon. Almost done with the bacon. Now we're gonna put in some eggs. Cooking in the desert, baby. Now what we do is we put the eggs with the potatoes, crumple up the bacon, put it in there, put some hot sauce, some ketchup, and throw them on the tortillas that are covered in sand. That's the plan. I like ketchup, but I love sriracha. So you got a nice breakfast scramble there. Nice cheesy, potatoey, bacony. I don't know. That's a lot. I did not mean to make so much. And there we have it. Just gonna roll these puppies up and we'll eat. First bite. Cheers. Oh, that was weird. My camera died right when I ate that burrito. Yeah, I ate those burritos. They're amazing. Let's take a look at the sunset up here real quick. Gorgeous. Yeah, I'm gonna be real for a sec. I have a hard time camping by myself. You know, when the sun goes down, I tend to get depressed. I call it nightly depression, right? I'm such a morning person. I love getting up early. But as soon as you see that silhouette of the mountains, the sun's down, it really starts to sink in. I don't know why. And I just have a really hard time being out here by myself. I'm trying to work through it. And I'll just be honest, I think I'm gonna drive back, ate some food, saw what I wanted to see. Just not feeling sleeping in the truck tonight. I hope that makes sense to some people. Just want to be real, right? I'm not trying to fake anything here. You know, I'm a human. I go through hard times. You know, it seems easy. You know, you quit your job and then you have all this time to do this. But it's actually kind of a muscle that you have to work out. Going from that corporate world to freedom. You know, I'm just full of anxiety and fear, and I'm working through it. I really am. And it feels really good, and every day's better. But today, I think I'm just going to head back home with Suki. The evening feels so good here, and I recognize that it's beautiful. No wind. Look where we are. See, I hope that connects with someone. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Just being real. I'll slowly expand this into multi-day adventures, but eventually I'll be out there and I'll be brave enough to do it by myself. Or I can camp by myself. It's just, sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. You got to respect your body. Respect your mind. Maybe that's not the right answer, but here we are. So yeah, I think I'm going to take off here. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And if you've made it this far, I haven't said this yet, but you know, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to keep doing videos every Wednesday. And I really appreciate all of the support that's been happening. Yeah, it's just been very heartwarming to see. It makes me feel like it's all worth it, right? Getting all sappy out here, but it's just overwhelming sometimes, but so thankful. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. We're going to get out of here and enjoy the drive back. So thanks once again. You want to say thank you? Oh, we got a gorgeous sunset for the drive out. Wow. And Suki is just fast asleep.